Pierre Poilievre destroys Mark Carney, his own words turned against him in epic showdown. As Canada approaches a pivotal federal election, the political landscape has become a battleground, particularly between Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre and newly appointed Liberal leader Mark Carney. Poilievre has launched a strategic offensive using Carney's own words to highlight what he sees as fundamental flaws in Carney's policies and vision for the country. This tactic not only illustrates Poilievre's political acuity, but also aims to engage undecided voters concerned about the implications of Carney's agenda. In a recent press conference, Poilievre quoted directly from Carney's book, where the Liberal leader advocates for phasing out internal combustion engines through regulatory measures. This is not merely a proposal for taxing gas-powered vehicles. Carney envisions a future devoid of such vehicles altogether. With the Liberal government targeting a ban on the sale of new gas vehicles by 2035 and enforcement beginning as early as next year, the urgency of this issue resonates with Canadians. Many dealerships are scrambling to adapt to these impending changes, raising significant concerns about job security for automotive workers and the potential for increased vehicle prices, which could further burden consumers navigating a tough economic landscape. By emphasizing these implications, Poilievre positions himself as a leader attuned to the everyday concerns of Canadians. He seeks to shift the narrative, presenting himself as a champion for those who might be adversely affected by the Liberal agenda's far-reaching consequences. This strategy is particularly important in an election where many voters remain uncertain and are weighing their options in light of the current political climate. Poilievre critiques what he describes as a broader Liberal strategy that exacerbates costs for the average Canadian. He argues that the government employs fear-mongering tactics to justify its environmental policies, proclaiming, "The planet's burning. We must act now." This rhetoric, according to Poilievre, not only heightens costs but also imposes undue burdens on Canadians striving to make ends meet. His critiques resonate with many who feel the strain of rising prices and economic uncertainty, making his message particularly compelling. The perceived disconnect between the lifestyle of Liberal leaders and the sacrifices they demand from the public is a recurring theme in Poilievre's rhetoric. He highlights the hypocrisy of leaders advocating for austerity while enjoying lavish lifestyles, including flying on private jets and purchasing expensive properties. This contrast serves to bolster Poilievre's argument that the Liberal Party is out of touch with the realities faced by average Canadians. The economic performance of the Liberal government under Carney is another focal point of Poilievre's campaign. He frequently references a comparative analysis of 10 years of the Harper administration versus the current Liberal leadership, revealing concerning trends in quality-of-life metrics. For instance, Canada's ranking on the Happy Planet Index has plummeted from 5th to 15th, indicating a decline in well-being and environmental sustainability. This shift raises critical questions about the effectiveness of the government's policies and their long-term impact on Canadian society. Under the Liberal government, federal debt per capita has nearly doubled, and the national debt has skyrocketed. The budget surpluses that characterize the Harper years have given way to massive deficits, fostering a growing sense of fiscal irresponsibility among voters. Poilievre challenges Canadians to reflect on whether they are better off now compared to a decade ago, urging them to consider the implications of the current government's economic management. In addition to these financial indicators, Poilievre highlights troubling trends such as a slowdown in GDP growth, a drop in income rankings, and a downgrade in Canada's credit rating. Perhaps most alarming is the reported 33% increase in violent crime during this period, which underscores the argument that the Liberal government has not only failed to fulfill its promises, but has also contributed to a deterioration of safety and economic stability in the country. Mark Carney's rise to leadership of the Liberal Party is also not without controversy. His background as a former central banker and globalist raises questions about his connection to everyday Canadians. The critics argue that his previous roles may predispose him to prioritize elite interests over those of the general populace. Poilievre capitalizes on this narrative, portraying Carney as emblematic of an elite class that has historically failed to address the needs of average Canadians. This framing is particularly effective in an election where many voters are seeking a leader who genuinely understands their struggles. As the election date looms closer, Poilievre's message becomes increasingly urgent. He calls upon Canadians who are undecided or disillusioned with the current political landscape to carefully consider the implications of their votes. The essence of his argument is that with Poilievre, there is a genuine opportunity for change, while Carney and the Liberals symbolize a continuation of policies that may lead to further disillusionment and hardship. In his campaign, Poilievre emphasizes the importance of government accountability and transparency. He argues that voters deserve to know how policies will affect them directly and challenges Carney to provide clear answers on the implications of his environmental agenda. By positioning himself as a candidate who prioritizes the needs of Canadians over abstract policy goals, Poilievre aims to build trust with voters who feel left behind. By presenting a clear contrast between his vision for Canada and that of Carney, Poilievre aims to galvanize support from those who seek a better future. He encourages Canadians to engage in the political process, emphasizing that every vote counts in shaping the direction of the country. The stakes are high, and the outcome of this election could shape Canada's future in profound ways. Ultimately, as the political debate intensifies, the showdown between Pierre Poilievre and Mark Carney is poised to be one of the defining moments of this election cycle. Poilievre's strategic use of Carney's own words, combined with a focus on economic realities and the perceived disconnect of Liberal leadership, positions him as a formidable contender. As Canadians prepare to cast their votes, they face a crucial decision: to continue down the path laid out by the Liberal Party or to embrace the change that Poilievre promises. This choice will not only determine the fate of the Conservative and Liberal parties, but will also have lasting implications for millions of Canadians. In this high-stakes environment, the question remains, will Canadians opt for the continuity represented by Carney and the Liberals, or will they choose the transformative vision offered by Poilievre? Engaging in the democratic process has never been more vital, and the voices of voters will be critical in shaping the nation's trajectory. As the election approaches, both leaders will need to articulate their visions clearly and convincingly, with the future of Canada hanging in the balance.